This is a 1966 Chevy Corvette Sting Ray. No, it doesn't have the 427, and no, it's not a split window, but it's our Corvette Sting Ray. It's got a 327 cubic inch V8 that Chevy said back in '66 made 300 horsepower, though it's probably got a bit less now, and it's got a 4-speed manual. The question is, what does this car look like 50 years later? The 2015 Corvette Sting Ray is a very different car. It still has a V8, but this one makes 455 horsepower. This particular version, though, isn't the fastest or the most fun Corvette available. Not only does it have an automatic, it's a rental car. This '66 wasn't the highest performing model available in its time either, which makes this pairing about as level as you can get for the 50 years separating them. Of course the new car is faster and handles better. If it didn't, GM would have a serious problem on its hands. The new Corvette gets to the quarter mile 4 seconds faster. It stops from 60 miles an hour 61 feet shorter. And it generates nearly 0.3 of a G average higher on the skid pad. The difference continues at Streets of Willow, where the new Corvette lapped 17 seconds faster than the old one. The new Corvette. I'm in track mode. I have stability control off, and we are in the 8-speed automatic. You know, even though this is essentially pretty much the base model Corvette you can get when it comes to performance, it still has the characters of a true sports car. It does things that older Corvettes simply can't do. These technologies weren't developed in '66, but where the '66 was more of a cruiser, more of a GT car, this thing is a legit sports car. What you have is a lot of grip from these Michelin tires. You've got a very communicative steering system. You've got a wonderful V8 soundtrack behind you. You've got all the precision you need to drive fast, even though this particular car, this version of this car, isn't intended for track days. It's an experience driving this thing fast. It's an absolute experience. You're not really going that fast. The feedback from the car seems to amplify at a much higher rate than the speed increases. The faster you go, the more exponentially exciting the car becomes. It's a lot of work. But oh man, is it worth it? There's a satisfaction here. Yay, bias plies. Little corrections all over the place are required. Oh, but I don't care, I'm enjoying it. In the past 50 years that have separated this Corvette from the new one, so much has changed that it's almost impossible to find similarities between the cars when you drive them. But that's what happens when 50 years separates two cars. And it's cool that this Corvette and the new Corvette exist, because not many cars can claim to have a history like this one does. And we can be thankful for it.